Welcome to the Hardware Basics, a tour to learn about the basics of computer hardware as well as the most up-to-date multimedia hardware. The Hardware Basic is brought to you by OptiMicro technology. A computer system consists of a base PC and a video display system. Additional multimedia components such as a CD-ROM and speakers can add life and excitement to your computer. Each of these topics is covered in one of the 4 sections of the Hardware Basics. Click on the button on the right to go to the desired topic. The 3 main components of a base PC are the microprocessor, memory, and disk storage. Click on the components at the left to identify their names and information. The microprocessor is the brain of the computer. It is responsible for 3 functions: to read and write the information into the computer memory, and carry out instructions to the computer, such as calculations. It also orchestrates the entire operation of the computer by commanding other parts of the computer. Memory is a computer's temporary workplace. It is where all activities take place. Program instructions and data are stored in memory while they are being worked on by the microprocessor. Information stored in memory is lost when the computer is turned off. Disk storage is one of the most important input-output devices of the computer system. There are many different types of disk storage, the most common ones being the hard disk and the floppy. Unlike memory, disk storage is a permanent storage place for data and software. The computer uses these storage devices to read and write data to and from memory. The base PC also contains other components such as BIOS, CMOS, cache, and bus. The BIOS is a read-only chip that contains program instructions. It is an interface and translator between software and hardware. It keeps track of disk drives, memory, video, and other peripheral information, and is consulted by the microprocessor during operations. The CMOS is a chip where important information about the microcomputer is stored, such as the current date, time, the number of disk drives, and the type of disk drives. Caching is a process to improve the performance of the computer. There are mainly 2 types of caching schemes, such as the disk caching and memory caching. In disk caching, extra data is held in memory to reduce the number of times of disk access. In memory caching, extra data is held in a special area in the microprocessor or in an add-on chip to resolve the bottleneck between the faster microprocessor and the slower memory. The electrical communication channel that carries data from one part to another is called a bus. Its speed, which indicates how fast data is carried, is measured in megahertz. The higher the value in megahertz, the better the performance. Its data width, which indicates how much data is carried at a time, is measured in bits. There are internal buses and external buses. Internal bus is a communication channel inside the microprocessor. It is used by the internal operation of the microprocessor. Different models of microprocessors use different data width in its internal bus. The external bus is a communication channel between the microprocessor, memory, and other components in the computer. Different architectures use different speed and data width. The most popular external bus architectures include ISA, ESA, microchannel, VISA, and PCI. The external bus, which operates at the same speed as the microprocessor, is called a local bus. VISA and PCI are local buses, whereas ISA, ESA, and microchannel are not, as they operate at their own speeds, which are usually much slower than the speed of a microprocessor. Click on the button at the right to go to the desired topic. The components in the base PC make up a closed world by themselves. A video display system opens up the computer to the world, which allows the computer to communicate with its user. A typical video display system consists of a monitor and a video adapter. The video adapter is a circuit board which fits into the motherboard in the base PC. Its task is to provide a link between the computer and the visual information displayed on the screen. A video adapter can determine how fast a picture appears on the screen and how fast it can change. It also determines how many colors that can appear on the screen at a time. Video adapters have their own memory called the video memory. It stores the visual information to be displayed on the screen. Like the RAM, video memory is a temporary storage space. Unlike the RAM, video memory stores visual information only. Pictures display faster on screen with larger video memory. A video adapter with 1 megabyte memory is very common. The image that we see on the screen is made up of a large number of dots or pixels. Resolutions describes how many pixels the screen can display at one time. A resolution of 640 by 480 means 640 pixels horizontally and 480 pixels vertically. The higher the resolution, the sharper the picture. A Super VGA gives a higher resolution than a standard VGA. Click on the buttons below to see pictures with different screen resolutions. Color resolutions describes the number of color the screen can display at one time. It is measured by the number of bits used to store color information for a pixel. Higher color resolution produces more lifelike pictures. A 24-bit video adapter gives 16 million color display, which looks like a typical photograph. Most software uses 8-bit color resolution, which gives 256 colors. Click on the buttons below to see pictures with different color resolutions. Given the same amount of video RAM to store video information, the number of colors available varies at different screen resolutions. For a 512K video adapter, it can give a 256 color display at screen resolution of 640 by 480, but only a 16 color display at high resolution. Click on the button at the right to go to the desired topic. A compact disc storage system consists of a CD-ROM drive and a CD-ROM controller. A CD-ROM is a read-only storage device that can hold a large amount of different types of information. A typical CD-ROM can hold 600 megabytes of data, which is equivalent to 50,000 pages of text. Like an audio CD player, most CD-ROM systems can play high-quality music through a connection to the audio system in the computer. It can handle functions such as playback, rewind, and forward. Unlike an audio CD player, a CD-ROM can even play video, store data, and programs. A CD-ROM drive is one of the requirements of MPC standard. A MPC compliant CD-ROM should have a maximum seek time of 1 second and a minimum data transfer rate of 150 kilobytes per second. These requirements, along with microprocessor and video requirements, ensure a MPC can simultaneously process and play back high-quality music and video. The CD-ROM controller is a link between the CD-ROM and other parts of the computer. Information from the CD-ROM is sent to the CD-ROM controller and is directed to the appropriate component of the computer system for processing, such as a sound adapter for audio and the video adapter for graphics display. Click on the button at the right to go to the desired topic. An audio system refers to the components of the computer which enables you to play, record, and even create sounds. A typical audio system includes a microphone for an input of sound, a sound adapter for the processing of the sound, and a pair of headphones or speakers for the output of the sound. A computer can only process digital information. Audio from devices such as a microphone and tape recorder are analog information. An ADC, analog to digital chip, on the sound adapter is responsible to convert the incoming analog audio to digital information for processing. It then converts the processed digital information back to the analog audio for output. When audio is played to the computer, the sound adapter records and digitizes the audio by taking a series of rapid snapshots. The sampling rate describes how many snapshots are taken in a second. High sampling rate produces high quality audio. Sampling rates of 11 kHz and 22 kHz are common. The rate of 44 kHz is equivalent to CD quality audio. Click on the buttons below to hear music with different sampling rates. Sampling size describes the number of bits used to store audio information in each snapshot. Larger sampling size increases the richness of the audio sample. A sample size of 8-bit and 16-bit are common. Synthesized music refers to music created electronically, such as by a computer. Most sound adapters are equipped with synthesizers to create electronic music. Sound effects from different musical instruments, such as a violin, cello, and drum, can be synthesized. Audio from a CD-ROM can be played or processed by the sound adapter through a connection to the sound adapter. Click on the button at the right to go to the desired topic.